We're doing it again.
Yeah, you're so excited. I don't understand.
Because you have the save with Stampede, the save with Disruption, the strong laning presence. It takes away the potential Ricky play from the Alliance.
But they already picked Ricky into it.
But did it work? No. All right, so it's already dead, mate. So there they go. Oh, I got a Bane again. Oh, yay. It's the same draft, mate.
I mean, it's not the first time that you see two teams open up with similar.
We don't even look like we're. What I love is your enthusiasm makes it definitely not look like we're rerunning the first game again.
The important thing is the parts of the draft that actually worked for these teams, like for Liquid especially, it's this part of the draft that works. It's the part where you get to DK Naga and then you kind of fall off, right? So
it's just like you're giving yourself something nice to build upon, right? It's like a good foundation.
Of course, it's a very solid foundation, right? Especially when you don't have your Coddles, Grimstrokes, your Chens, DPs, etc. It's a very strong foundation. So. Yeah.
And the same bans come through. The only difference is Alliance ban out that PL a little bit.
I like the Slark ban though for Liquid.
And the Slark is from Liquid. I mean, if the PL is banned out, most likely the reason is they're thinking about the Slark as well. But these teams, if you, this is how it is. If you're able to call it, so they are. So they're not going to make that mistake. And the Alliance is thinking one step ahead. So there's something else.
All right, boys, hear me out. Alliance, heroes that can build orchids.
No,
it worked last
heroes
game.
that can jump the back line. I think.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking about.
Pangolier,
yes.
Okay. The question is, does Liquid still go for the... do they continue with the game 1 draft, the Huskar now? Whoa.
I mean, it did work in that game.
The Batrider is still in the pool, and because of that, I don't think... actually, this time around, you do have Oracle, right?
Yeah.
So it would be a little bit easier for you to set up your lanes. As long as you put this Oracle somewhere on the side lane where the Batrider is, you should be fine. If the Bat gets even picked later on, that is.
Could this be... because Liquid have final pick, right? So the Batrider could look quite good against these heroes. I guess for Alliance, the thing they'll have to look for is a primary initiator. I think we talked previous days about how Pango, you don't like it when he's your sole initiation.
But the second part to that is the fact that you can just move to an objective, and then pushing the objective alone is your way in which the Pango then gets activated in the fight, rather than just your team fight. Again, Roshan as well. You move to Roshan, Pango then can play around that as well. It's not like you don't have to play for the team fight. It's just an option, right?
Are we going to see a Huskar from Liquid once again?
My body is ready.
They go for the Ember.
Let's switch it up.
But this is where, they go Morphling. Nice. Now they have a win condition. Very solid. Pretty good. Can play up against the...
The Slark is banned out as well. The hero that we have seen picked up versus Morphling most of the time too.
The important thing, though, for the Ember pick, it's they don't want to all in on one of these kind of Qualifier-esque heroes, therefore they go for the Ember, opens up, they can go safe lane, they can go mid, it's fine, they're not going to reveal anything, then they force Alliance to pretty much show their entire hand.
Liquid is one of those teams that picks Ember first, however at the same time they're one of those teams that has 35-ish% win rate with the Ember Spirit,
too hot.
Which isn't really that great, but in a game such as this one, it already looks pretty damn good. You're a natural vessel builder versus the Morphling. You have many ways to catch the Bane in the backlines. Same goes for the Furion. You have the chains versus the Pango. Your laning stage itself should be pretty solid. And you can last pick something for this Morph too.
So, what does Alliance still need in their draft right now? Because do you think that we're going to see that similar interchangeable position for the Prophet again?
I just want to see... like a frontlining hero that can move around the map for Alliance.
Kunkka?
Yeah, like Kunkka, DK's banned out, that would be perfect for Alliance. Like a hero that can pretty much move to an objective, start the push with the Furion, allow the Pango to then get that good initiation, and then eventually when more strong enough, he has this front line he plays behind, and it's so hard. Like we've seen so many times in these drafts where you have to catch the back line, so you tunnel vision so heavily that your team fight isn't really a team fight. It's just like an awkward push up high ground, catch the Oracle, and then suddenly you've wasted everything and you're losing the fight. Same again for this type of lineup. You have to focus so heavily on the Morphling that you have to get through his front line first. Hopefully, Alliance set up the front line. I kind of still like Monkey King for Alliance.
Actually, not a bad.
Because you can then swap the Morph and Monkey lane depending on what the Ember's doing.
And they can definitely do that. These players can play mid and safe too with the Monkey and the Morph.
It's not so much like a front line, but it's more like you change up your playstyle, which Furion moves to the tower, Monkey King then play off trees or in Wukongs, and then you play off that side. It's so less of a frontline, but more of like a scaling core that can take early fights and make map pressure compared to the Morphling, who can't really do that.
And you can kind of have him going at the start of the fights, right? And then the Pango follows up.
Yeah, exactly that.
Well, they're actually taking quite a while with this ban.
Yeah, it's the issue when Liquid force your hand, pretty much. It's like, well, are they going to Husker? Maybe. If we offer up the game, it's a good Husker game, right? Like, do we have to ban it? If we ban it, we open up the game for maybe a Liquid Quap, where they just get to run over.
There's just
again.
a lot of picks, though. They ban out the Huskar.
Yep.
There's just a lot of picks for Liquid that could work. You know, that's the thing. Your Quap is probably the most prominent one, but there are other things.
You're not too scared of a Brood this game, are you? Because you have
Actually, you don't really have a lineup that's good versus Brood at all.
This is where the Kunkka covers you, though.
Yeah, Kunkka, we called it before, also gives you that. Monkey as well is pretty solid too on that mid lane versus her. That's
I feel
something
like
that you
we've
could pick
decided
from.
between those two. At
Yeah,
that point.
Kunkka is probably the best though. Yeah, that's something that you can go for.
Ooh, nice they scrap that.
Yeah, they go for that front line.
Oh, that's fine. Now they have a way to play out the.
This
the
makes
15, 20
Necro
minute
very
mark.
valuable for Liquid as well.
And you're not too worried about
Say
the Brood
Necro?
now, right?
Yeah, Necro is pretty hot.
Very valuable for Liquid.
Yeah, it's a very strong timing as well. Like, it's all about, like, I see a draft being really strong when you have a timing which is one item timing of five players, right? So Ember Vessel plus Necro just existing, and then all the triple save. It's so hard to kill this, right?
The
Like,
backside of that, the flip side is Necro doesn't fit this lineup when it comes to objective taking. So you would always kind of be on the slower side of the push, and the Furion would have an easy time split pushing constantly and buying time for this Morphling to come online, unless you just collapse on them.
The
They go with the
mysteries
TA
cannot
instead.
protect themselves.
Definitely a lot more push away now, actually getting your hands on a Roche as well.
it boils down to the whole idea of a clean timing for them to play, right? Like, Alliance, they're playing off of the fact that like the 4 heroes it's 4 protect 1, right? It's going to be 4 heroes making moves, Morphling will farm up. How do you beat a 4 protect 1 lineup? You own the map early enough with a strong timing that there isn't enough room on the map to enable that one person trying to farm. So Blink Deso on TA, Vessel on Ember Spirit, and then anything on the other 3 should give you enough strength to just move through Alliance.
You have the Stampede, you have this Centaur that's going to be very beefy on the offlane with Shadow Demon. For Team Liquid, I like this last pick actually. My only question is how the lane is going to work out versus Bristle. If the Bristle is mid, or is it the Furion mid for Alliance? Limp did play quite a lot of Furion mid.
I think it's either way, right? I think in this position, you might just put
You prefer like the
Bristle,
Bristle mid,
right?
and then like later on you can rotate with the Prophet, right, for the early talent take.
But outside of, even though laning matchup was pretty much critical in that second game, I think the more important thing is just how Alliance, they play so much on the fact that they don't have strong team fight, so it's about own the lanes, own the map. Like the second game, they should be in a good spot, but Liquid's 20-minute timing is so damn scary, and yeah, I think Liquid should be able to take this.
You back that as well, or are you going to split this panel? Like we'll split the series?
I'm not sure. It's both of these teams have very, very obvious win conditions, but yeah, sure. Let's go with Team Liquid just for the Ember with the Vessel and the Dezo.
Okay.
Or TA with the Dezo.
Apparently it's hard to go against Team Liquid. All I know is after this game, we will be saying goodbye to one of these teams. Let's go and find out which one it's going to be as we head into game number 3 of Team Liquid versus Team Alliance.
Who's going bye-bye, Cinderin?
That sounded so sad.
Who's going bye-bye?
I like Liquid more. Like I said in the previous draft, I thought it was very close, and Alliance cleaned that out. First game, Liquid's draft was really good against Alliance. It was very one-sided, and because of that logic, like I like Liquid more here, so I have to favor them. I think there's a couple of things on their side. They're Radiant with TA. Their Roche taking capability is really good on the Radiant with this last pick. They have solid laning with TA mid against what's supposedly going to be Bristle. I think that's a good lane for TA. They've got their SD Centaur once again. And this time around, Alliance's lineup is a little bit more... I think it's harder to execute. Pango plays a huge role in this game. He's their only true team fight. And he's playing against these mobile heroes and saves. So there's a lot of work cut out for them. By no means is this like a walkover. It's not like a mega outdraft. There's like no chance Alliance, right? It's not like that at all. But I do think they have to overplay a bit in this game, in my opinion.
I believe Taiga has played, am I wrong here, Shadow Demon every single game
Yeah,
this series?
that is correct. Yes. Yeah.
When you're a pro player, like I know some of it depends on how much you like a hero or not. How much do you like playing the same hero every game? Does it get old?
In a best of 3, no. Even in a best of 5, like you're playing to win. You're gonna play what's best.
5 games in a row. You're saying you wouldn't get sick of playing Shadow Demon, as we have 3 stacks of Shadow Poison on FNG.
If it's what
I think
the
he's
team-
been first blood every single game, by the way.
no news
we'll
there.
Follow suit here as well.
No,
Fox
I wouldn't be
takes
sick of
for
it.
himself.
If you're playing a best of 5 and you go all 5 games, you'll do whatever it takes to win. Like you're gonna play the same hero 5 times. You don't care. If you think it's the best pick you're gonna get, you'll take it.
Okay.
I will say though, it's a bit of a double-edged sword because the enemy team will be playing better and better against you every game, right? So like rarely do you see the same hero pick 5 times in a row because usually within a series there's this sub-meta that develops where, let's say Shadow Demon is the pick that gets taken every game, then Alliance will gradually be finding new and better solutions for it. This time around, their logic is we're going to get Pango who can roll on the backline supports and stunlock them so that we can isolate frontline targets. I do think it's going to be difficult, but I see the logic again, just like last game. with what they
In
want to do.
addition, though, I believe Boxy has played Centaur every single game.
Correct.
It's been the same lane 3 games in a row. That you don't really see that too often. Occasionally see a support
that's rare.
picked every single game, but yeah, the whole lane,
That is
that's
true.
kind of cool.
It is a really damn good lane, though. So
Yeah, it's classic. He's going to miss the hoof stomp. Not classic when you do that. I mean, the whole point is to set up for the disruption, but of course, Taiga is not level 2 as of yet.
I thought you're going to say the whole point of Hoofstomp is to land it. Yeah.
Well, that's also technically true. Thank you, Cinderin. I mean, I've been a real hater on hoof stomp since
Whoa.
Dota 1. Like, I hate it so much. It's such an awkward thing to cast.
So I
he's
said
gonna-
this was going to be a good lane for TA. Limp has been doing very well the first 2 waves. Actually bullying Koikwa was... Oh, that's a kill.
Don't worry, I watched it. Hopefully
good.
the camera
Lovely.
did too.
He's been bullying Koikwa out of region and getting more or less every creep on the bristle. Considering this was the last pick TA, you would have to imagine Liquid feel that this is a good lane for TA. But you know, it's just the first few waves. But that's still a really good start for Limp. His bristle is amazing, by the way. He's super good on this hero.
Is that right? Well, he's back in the
That
mid
is
lane.
right.
S4 hasn't had luck thus far this series in the off lane, so we'll see if he can rectify that here in game 3. He's going to need to, or else they're going home. Well, technically they're already home, so
Yeah.
I guess we can't say that. But he will be eliminated from this tournament. Maybe a better way to put it.
No
Top lane,
airport
lot of
memes in
harassment.
Twitch chat. How sad.
Yes. I know what that means. I follow Twitch chat very closely, just like you, Cinderin. You know, Cinderin has looked at Twitch chat during TI casts. Isn't that incredible? You call me unprofessional, Cinderin? Unbelievable.
Know your
Okay.
audience. What do you mean? That's really
probably
professional.
true.
I need to.
It's sad but true. Yeah.
I want to feel the chat. You know.
You want to feel the text all over your face. Well, Hanskin is going to swashbuckle away in this bot lane as Mickey. I have a real hard time saying his name fast, by the way. I have to deliberately say Mickey. Because it's going to say Mickey or Mick if I'm saying it real fast.
If you
Just a
technically
heads
do
up.
read his nickname the way it's written, it's kind of like Milady. So it's Meike.
Mick. Yes. All right, what do you think of his top lane? So we've talked about the Centaur Shadow Demon a lot. What about Morphling Bane? Should they be okay? I mean, we've already seen a couple deaths on FNG.
Yeah, I think okay is probably pretty much the exact descriptor of this lane. Morph Bane is not particularly good, but it's also not terrible. So they can usually hold their own against most stuff, as Mickey will get a kill bot. Insania barely surviving Hanskin's attempts. Okay, now that
Morphling
is
actually died
not
to Shadow
expected.
Poison. What? Wow, that's crazy. He must have been... Was he morphed into agility? He's at 760 health right now. Well, 4 stacks of Shadow Poison on FNG. That double-edge did no damage, and actually he will live just barely. Oh, Shadow Poison will be dodged. FNG.
He has 1 more 5 seconds. It is a kill if he hits. Oh, wait, he has sticks now. Well, that's close.
Well, he has a right click.
Oh.
Okay, there's one stack.
It's not enough.
He's got brain sap now to live, to get a little bit healthier there. Okay, so what about this bot lane then? We have Mickey on Emperor Spirit and Insania on the Oracle versus S4's Nature's Prophet. And the Handskin Pangolier is now rotating towards mid. I'm not sure how greedy he plays this Pango as a position 4, Synderen. Do you know? Like, what kind of build does he go for? He's just the Aura type?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's... I don't feel like there's that much value to a Vessel in this game. So maybe he just goes Vlad's Dagger. Something like that. I think would be pretty stable. Trying to get a Courier Snipe here, it looks like, but no Courier. He's even getting spotted. He did show barely in the tower vision there, so... Well, he's gonna get the Bounty Rune. It's like, oh, convenient. Oh, nice.
Yeah, 30 seconds later, why not? He's level 3 right now in that Pango. As Koikfa 28-0 in the mid lane versus the 37-6 Limp. So the domination in terms of CS purely is still going Alliance's way.
This game is just walking back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
He just
here.
went on a stroll.
Well, sometimes you just gotta stretch your legs, you know? He's been stuck at home for a long time, just like the rest of us. Disruption onto FNG.
Oh,
that
hit
is
the 5th
4
one.
stacks. Yeah, that would have probably been the kill. Although he did have brain stuff. Oh, there's the 5th. As Centaur dies in the top lane in a 1v1. What is going on this game, Synderen?
There are some really surprising deaths.
Bottom lane, in the meantime, S4 will drop. That's a little bit more understandable. It's a 2v1, but Centaur to a Morphling, that's not expecting it for sure.
And Nico kind of needed that, actually. After his death to Shadow Demon and Centaur getting off to a really good start, that kill is a pretty big swing in the top lane.
Well, you should also mention that he returned the tip, which is very important as well.
Yes.
Now he's even on tips this game.
Yeah. Let's
if
not
you end
forget.
the game with more tips than the other team, you will lose, because that means they're tipping you for a reason, usually.
But you get more shards.
That's true.
So
you can
win.
buy the amazing sets that are constantly updated for Dota Plus.
Very nice.
Limp is invisible right now, and Boxy is running away from him.
He seems very aware that this is happening.
And they must have called, although they were stacking just like the first game.
Oh my god, there's so many stacks for TA. Yeah, they want to contest these for sure with Bristle. He saw at least one of the camps. And they're just waiting patiently for Boxy to get started.
Still a decent amount of invis left. He's going to need some backup because there are 3 members here.
Oh, he showed.
Disruption. Oh, Pushka's going to be canceled thanks to the Nightmare. But the focus on the Bristleback. They're going to find the kill. 5 members of Liquid here. FNG will likely fall as well. Not only 2 kills, but now a bunch of stack creeps for Koikfa. That is one way to come back from the mid lane.
So quick to rotate and so aware that this is a play Alliance is trying to make, and just understanding the importance of protecting these stacks. Like I said in the previous, in the earlier game of the series, that Liquid just stack more than any other team, it feels like. They put a lot of emphasis on getting this influx of income, both for the mid laner, but also for the support that stacks. It helps Insania every game, or I think in this case it might be Taiga Shadow Demon who made the majority of the stacks. Just super good protection there. And Koikve, he was off to a slightly bad start in mid. Now he's 1k ahead of Bristle minute 8. That's how quickly it can go.
I mean, that was
big
like
swing.
And that was like a double triple.
It was 2 triples, yeah, I think so.
That is a lot. Of course, with all those TPs expended, it means that S4 could apply a lot of pressure to this tier 1 bot. He gets it to half health right now. Boxy now on the run. And Wrath of Nature does connect. That was a lot of damage. That was on the tail end of it. Boxy's forced to use Stampede. He's going to get the Hoof Stomp off onto Handskin. TP support coming in now as Boxy, I believe one Swashbuckle, actually no, will not be enough. It's only level 2, but with the help of S4 TPing on the other side of the tower, they're able to secure that for themselves. And now Mickey here with the Remnant, and wow, that is a lot of damage. So takes out S4 in turn, and Handskin should be fine.
There was the Fortune's End ready,
late.
so if they had predicted that, they could have precast that and found him. But obviously, really kind of impossible for them to know that the Pango's there. Still, though, for Liquid's game plan, everything that's happening right now is really good. They're defending their tower. TA gets to farm jungle, so Shadow Demon gets levels mid. And the only one who kind of lost its early momentum is the Centaur of Boxy, who, you know, he died top, then he rotated bot, and then he got killed again. But at least it was a trade-off for the Nature's Prophet the second time around.
2 Arn charges on the Ember Spirit right now, and as the panel talked about, we'll be picking up the Spirit Vessel relatively soon. 10-minute mark is upon us. It's going to be an outpost for each respective side, as there might be a fight here for the top rune. FNG, as usual, stuck in the middle, and he will go down. Nico Baby able to get the hoof stomp steal, but didn't help them secure that kill. But this will be some big ones here on the
good sprout.
Hoof stomp again onto Nico Baby, trying to strength morph a little bit. Actual waveform away, so now on the defensive, and everybody's going to live for Liquid. So it's just one of those games where everything is going Liquid's way in terms of the trades. It's 9-2.
It's just hard for them to kill TA. They don't have any... They have Swashbuckle, I guess, but outside of that, they're just not removing Refraction very effectively. It was a pretty good combo with the Sprout blocking off TA so they could guarantee the connection of Rolling Thunder. But Morphling doesn't fare well in this matchup until he has Manta Style, and that is far away, of course, 10 minutes in for Nico.
FNG in the top lane now. In combination with S4, might potentially go for Boxy here. They have the Sprout, but Quelling Blade is active, so no point. FNG's really itching to use this Fiend's Grip, Cinderin. You know that feeling. Just got to use it.
I do.
Been in that situation many times.
Yeah.
Bane
And I
Elemental.
always find them, and it's always game-winning.
For one team, yes. Maybe not yours, but that is very true. Mid lane.
I have to talk about that later.
What are you going to scold me later, Cinder?
Yeah.
Goodness.
We'll take it outside after the game.
Oh, I can't go outside. It's called
True.
isolation.
Stay inside,
okay?
guys. We'll take it inside
Boxy
after the
and
game.
company, they take the tier 1 tower mid, and Limp trying to trade. Sorry, tier 1 tower top, but Limp is trying to take the tier 1 mid, but Boxy is here to defend for now. We can start talking about some item progressions here. We talked about the Urn on Ember, Koikva. I mean, this has got to be one of the, like, for the past, ever since TA was introduced into Dota 2 specifically, it's always been Blink, Deso, or Deso Blink. Like, literally every single time.
Most of the time. There's a few times you deviate and don't get Dagger and you get Pike. But yeah,
okay, sure.
It's one of the most stable builds.
95%.
I agree. It is very, very linear in builds. Most Dota heroes are... You can be very creative with what you buy, but yeah, TA has been pretty defined for a while.
She does have the Deso right now.
Bane
He's
shows
still
himself.
itching to use that Fiend's Grip. He's still itching for a Handskin. Gonna pop his ult, but there's the Centaur Stampede. Doing a nice job of dodging it completely. Oh, but there's the double hoof stomp. All right, they're gonna find one kill onto the Bane. And it looks like Morphling, my goodness, just stuck in place. I believe that was the Searing Chains just ruining him. So 2 quick kills for
It's only
Liquid.
going to be harder now with the Vestal online.
And Blink Dagger's almost on Centaur. I mean, even Koikva is just farming so well. He's already 1,000 away from not only having the Deso, but the Blink in addition. So things are going to get pretty scary here. For Alliance, like, what are they waiting for before they are looking to fight? I mean, Limp looking for the Lotus Orb on top of the Vanguard that he has right now. The FNG still looking for a Fiend's Grip. Just every game. Yeah, Boxy, bottom lane. Oh my god! He still can't find the Fiend's Grip, Cinderin. Ah!
Well, he did
This
cast it
hero
last
is
fight, so he didn't
miserable.
have it. How are you supposed to
shoot.
find it if it's on cooldown?
Wait, how did he... Okay, he was trying to Nightmare that he wasn't in range, but when did he use it? Must have gotten
Wow,
canceled
you're
right
really
away.
not paying attention to the game. It was very unprofessional.
Cinderin,
Stop reading
I'm-
Twitch chat.
I'm only casting. I don't pay attention what's happening.
Okay, perfect. That's just what I need.
Damn it. He used Fiend's... How long did it last?
He used it against
you
the
see?
Ember in the previous fight, right? That's when Centaur came in and interrupted it, and he got Oracle Teed as well. It lasted for like a good 3 or 4 seconds. That's why Morph was
Okay.
out of position. He was
Alright,
trying to
FNG,
kill
I
Ember, but it wasn't
apologize.
even close.
I
He did
apologize,
cast it.
my friend.
He got it off. He did.
Good job.
It's very normal to flame the guy who's 050 though.
No. I'm not flaming. It's okay. No. Hold on. Before you go any further, I don't flame players unless I don't like them. Okay. I'm not flaming FNG, so I have nothing against him.
Okay.
I'm flaming Bane as a hero because I know it's miserable to play. Like just walking up and having to cast something that's basically melee range, it feels like, because you're not getting any farm.
You
like,
sound like you
miserable.
care about what you're saying, so I believe you.
Thank you, Cinder.
I
You're the
believe
best
that you're
friend
being
I could
honest.
ever have.
That's very genuine of you.
Another invis rune on him. Let's see if he can use it to better effect than last time. That was partially because of the great rotations from Liquid, able to
they were super
nullify
ready.
that completely. And Quick Fun Company just going for this tier 1 mid, but Mickey in a TP top as the hoof stomp will start things off onto S4 Handskin.
Here comes the Fortune's End.
Yeah, S4 does,
He got a creep with it.
Wow.
He killed a Stater.
Well done. Handskin
Handskin.
getting slowed by Koikva, not able to get a disarm. Oh, hoof stomp will miss. One more right click will suffice though. It's going to be close, but yeah, they'll find it one way or the other. Double kill for Mickey. As the Sleight of Fist is doing a lot of damage. So Spirit Vessel in tow with 4 charges, going for a BKB now. And you talked about the Roche. I feel like Roche has been, in every series we've cast at least, it's been the most important thing in the game. Whatever team has the better Roche, they're able to take it with any advantage that they have. Even if they get 1 kill, they just go to Roche. It's played a huge part in these games. And as a result, Liquid will take it.
I do think this is the primary reason Liquid chose TA as their last pick over the other good suggestions the panel had. Because there were multiple heroes here that could have been really good. But they're Radiant, they want a Roche killer. It seems like part of the recipe when... A lot of the really good teams when they're Radiant are very... They're paying a lot of attention to that during their draft, that if the enemy team has an ability to take take Roshan as Dire, you really want to have it as Radiant as well, because you kind of have a natural positioning advantage for it.
Yeah.
So you want to be able to grab that away.
I mean, not
It's a
only
big part
that,
of the
but
game.
they had, other than, I mean, we talked about Centaur jokingly being a pusher, but in reality, they didn't have any tower pushing, aside from the Retaliate, until the TA came into fruition here. The S4, he's dodging these Shadow Poisons.
not anymore.
He's going to be seen now, attempting
my
to TP
God.
out, but Koikva 3-shots him. That's the stage of the game we're at here for Liquid.
Did he have TP ready before that? He waited the whole time, and then when he got jumped, he TP'd. I think he was pretty confident they weren't going to find him, or he had cooldown, one or the other. But that obviously sucks to TP after you get found out. He's trying to squeeze out every little bit of efficiency there to make more treants before he leaves, so he can push out the lane. He's even drawing the line now. He's like, we have to take care of this wave. Handskin.
Oh
Free
my
shot.
goodness. That is, yeah.
That's nasty.
I mean, this is the scary thing about TA. Obviously, she can catch up to a degree, similar to like Shadow Fiend, but can just take building so much faster, can burst you so much faster in a lot of ways. And obviously the buyback factor eventually. Just a better version of Shadow Fiend in some ways, from the right-click department.
Oh, S4 bot. They have grip, though.
Boxy,
And Nightmare.
hook stomp.
Get perched off.
S4 is... Oh, the grip? No, not enough. This is the second grip of the game. We're counting now.
Full duration, Shannon.
This
it's
is a full duration. He drained a lot of mana, too. That was actually the most important factor of that. But it looks like he's going to get traded here. They do find the Oracle, though. Oh, FNG will live! Bane Elemental, ladies. Never mind, he's dead. It's the double kill, though, as Mickey comes in and finishes them off. So a 2 for 2. Nice Rolling Thunder, continuing to stun left, right, and center. Searing Chains onto 2 now. As Koikva comes in to clean up. The TA deleting heroes left, right, and center, but a triple kill for Nico, baby. Spirit Vessel is applied. Looks like they will maybe find him. Yes, the last Sleight of Fist does the job as Koikva now. Not sure if they'll be able to chase Limp. But a lot of kills going for each respective team there. But Morphling, the biggest kill.
Ends up being kind of a draw because Boxy buys back there, though. That buyback didn't really bring anything with it. And it is... Even though it's only 18 minutes in, it's pretty expensive. And it's a key cooldown for the next fight. If they find Centaur again, they know that they will have a good power play 5v4. Koikva definitely showing up in this game. Tons of damage that fight. Still didn't use his Aegis. So they... Oh, FNG again. Oh, he was digging his own grave.
Well, he'll find it.
Oh, and that's the brain sap changed right there. He just brain sap for 0 healing. How unfortunate. So actually an
that's
interaction
right.
we've seen in both games, now that brain sap heals you for the damage it deals, it's really good against illusions, which happened in the previous game. Bane got like some full heals off against, I think, Naga illusions. But in this game, you brain sap refraction, it's so sad. There's just nothing happening. You remove a stack of refraction and that's it.
Did they change
Terrible.
that just so he would be better against illusion? I mean, it's not like he is still. It's garbage.
I think it was also a way to try to incentivize Bane core more, so you can amplify your damage by buying.
Oh man, do you remember when they
Magic Amp.
added the damage talent? I believe it was originally.
With Mask of
and no
Madness
one.
build?
I was casting this. Yeah, at
Oh
I forget
god,
what tournament was.
I
but it was
loved
a- it
that
was
for
a
2
minor.
weeks. Then it got nerfed.
Dude,
or a week.
it was so fun. I was so sad that they like basically deleted it. Like they made it not viable anymore.
Yeah, you loved that
They should-
because a support hero could be played core, which is perfect for you
Yes.
because you don't play support.
Yes. What's your point? You're trying to make a point. You're correct. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I know.
That's fine. It's actually less
Some
about
of
the
us like
support
playing
thing.
support.
It's more about heroes that just have these animations that are unbearable, like Lesh Bane or Jakiro. Heroes like that. It's just turning around makes you want to hurt yourself. Casting a spell is very difficult sometimes, especially if you're behind. Just a little thing of mine, you know.
It's extra hard to cast your spells if they're on cooldown too. which
Yes, that
seems
we
to
learned
happen
that
for
today.
Bane. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long cooldown, you know, especially if you don't know if you cast it. I'm sure he knew though. You know, he knew, just not me.
Hopefully.
Boxy looking for an opening here as the rest of Liquid are here in a smoke. They really want Nico, baby. And the smoke actually has not been popped. There's a hoof stomp into the burst damage from Koikva. The Manta Saw being showed as the Aegis is actually consumed now. So TA a little bit perhaps in trouble here. Pops the BKB. Looks like Oracle's going to be the first to fall, along with S4, though. So it's a 1-for-1 to start this fight. Mika using all of his remnants now. One more available. Bane falls. Nico, baby, on the run. Strengthening back up, but this damage is just out of control. A nice disarm into Koikva, mitigating a lot of damage as a result. And Liquid might need to run now. We'll see. Spirit Vessel is still applied to Nico, baby, and they're just going to blow him up. That thing lasted forever. Was that like... That must have been like the third charge expended that fight.
Yeah, I think he got fresh charges. I think he used the last one he had, but he got a kill with it, so he got 2 extras. And then again, this last kill gives him 2 extras. Just some really good individual plays in that fight, actually. Nico, baby, with the clutch refraction by turning into the TA. The jump from Liquid to begin with, the whole setup of the bait with the Manta style ready against Vestal. There's a lot of good stuff there. Boxy will be caught here. He has no buyback, remember?
Yeah, that's
So there's
75
actually
seconds.
a bit of a moment of opportunity right now for Alliance. That was the perfect kill for them to find.
Oh,
1 minute
wow.
5v4.
A 22... I mean, he rushed this, but 22 minutes Aghanim Scepter on Taiga. Holy crap. That's pretty insane. I mean, that's a break for Limp now. I mean, you got 3 of them to use, so
Yeah.
can be pretty liberal.
Bristle into SD is... Actually, we never even talked about that in the draft. They picked Bristle into SD. That is a really notoriously horrible matchup. Soulcatcher owns you, Demonic Purge owns you, and Demonic Purge into Demonic Purge into Demonic Purge owns you even
Turns out
more.
if you're not good against Demonic Purge, 3 makes it much worse.
Yeah. Damn, what a tongue twister. Saying that 3 times in a row was really difficult.
Wow. Well, you did great.
Right.
Congratulations. Give yourself a pat on the back there, Synderen.
It's exercise. I don't do that.
How does Lotus Orb work against Demonic Purge? Does it keep
It stays on them.
dispelling it? So Lotus Orb doesn't do anything
Correct.
against that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, well, look out for that Demonic Purge, Demonic Purge, Demonic Purge combo. It's a 3-hit combo. That's all you need. Is it the 25 talent? Obviously, we're not going to see that. Yeah, 400 Demonic Purge damage. Oh,
Yeah. Despite that, you might still take 2 disruptions, even in a game like this, because that
Yeah,
talent
Morphling.
is just busted. It's so
Morphling
good.
is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shadow Demon just
actually
an amazing support, really.
I mean, we brought up the fact that he played 3 games in a row, so it's not like it was a surprise that we're going to pick it. But this is the perfect game. I mean, making illusions of. I mean, is Morphling the best hero in the entire game to make illusions of? I mean,
It's
Terrorblade is up
definitely
there
up
if you're
there.
Metamorphosis,
Yeah.
but it's got to be top 3 minimum.
And it's kind of interesting because we talked about how in a longer series, when the same heroes get picked a lot, that the other team adapts. But I'm kind of with you. I think this is the best Shadow Demon game in the series. And Alliance have had time to prep, right?
Shadow
They
Demon.
kind of really picked into it. It was showed right from the start that Liquid wanted it, and then they've kind of given him an amazing game. So yeah, that's very true. That is very true.
I thought you said you wouldn't agree with me after the beginning of the cast.
Did I?
Yeah. Do you like that he went first item Ags? I don't know if I've ever seen that before. The Hoof Stomp will start things off onto Limp, who's alone
he's
right now.
so
But TP support onto the tier 1. But yeah, we're seeing the break coming to play here. And he is just not a hero without his passive.
I'm trying to think about what you do as Bristle. Like, I genuinely don't know what the item solution is to this problem.
Lincoln's
for Bristle.
into Lotus, which you apply first, into Mirror Shield. That's how you block all 3.
Well, you can't block all 3. You can block 2.
Well,
the Lotus doesn't
will
block it.
Reflect, at least. Yeah, it'll reflect. You'll get something out of it.
It's just, it's such a huge problem for this hero. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing you can do, but it's like everything will feel bad. So even the best option is bad. It's rough.
And that's the real problem because he's the second most farmed on Alliance. And
he is a really important core for their lineup, and he can't play his hero.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounded really rude. But you know what I mean.
I mean, does somebody on Alliance need to pick up a Lincoln's to apply to him, perhaps?
I just don't think it's going to cut it. Like, it's too many problems. Like, it's too much gold invested just into that, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that Shadow Demon. It's a real problem. Well, Hanskin does have the Blink Dagger. He's had that for a decent amount of time. Is going for a mech, so Greaves probably to follow. So kind of the old school type of build onto the Pango.
Maybe
Does
you
not
buy.
have Vlads though. Surprisingly.
Do you rack up status resistance? Is that what you do against 3 purges? Maybe.
I mean, he is going Halberd, so that's a start. Yeah, that could potentially work.
Yes. Oh, but even the Satanic gets purged too by a demonic purge, so that you can't use that either.
Right?
Yeah. So you can't activate it during any of the 3 purges either.
And is there any reason that he's demonic purging anybody else?
He doesn't really.
He just holds on to them, right?
Just ruin Bristle's game.
Yeah. Yeah, that is rough. Well, I think Alliance might know that this is happening, this Roche. But there's nothing they can do about it. This is Aegis and Cheese now for Quikva.
This is a pretty cool play, by the way. They smoked before Roche died, so they're already setting up their next move while Quikva finishes Roche. Because they were sure Alliance weren't there, and they might be jumped earlier than they expect now. Quikva already TP'd to the bot tower to not show on the shrine.
Boxy jumps
that's
into the
good.
double hoof stomp. Beautifully done. And the burst damage is enough to take out the Pango, followed by FNG. And just like that, it's a 5v3. Shadow Demon again. The break. I don't know what you can do, man. Liquid is just completely outplaying Alliance right now. They have an 8K net worth lead now, which feels like it does not paint the picture because...
It doesn't,
I mean, the Bristleback, how much is his 11K in net worth, and he is just not a hero when he's demonic purge.
Yeah.
He's useless.
In terms of overall net worth efficiency, if Shadow Demon is alive, I don't know what kind of a real gold lead I would give Liquid in this game, but it's way above 10K now. Like, Bristle... Effectively, what Bristle's items will do is delay his death, but he will not really be able to do damage or put pressure. He's just going to be there and survive a bit longer. And the problem is his team can't abuse it enough to get kills because Liquid's heroes are too tanky and have, once again, 3 saves: Oracle, Shadow Demon, and Stampede. So Bristle surviving doesn't do enough. He has to kill, and he just can't do it.
So the only real plan of attack for Alliance is to just try to
You have to find the supports.
The Shadow Demon.
You have to. Get the Shadow Demon. It's the best kill. Oracle's going to protect him with his life, probably, but it's what you have to do.
There is an E-Blade on Nico, baby. Along with the Mantas. We're going to see the jump in from Boxy again. S4 taking so much damage. Pops the BKB, and there's the break again as Limp will just fall next to his tier 3 towers. Tier 4, in fact. Looks like Nico Baby turned into Centaur very briefly. I can understand that. Definitely wanted to be more of a man here. But the Aegis is popped from TA. Blinks out to safety. And Liquid looks like they're kind of on the run right now. It's a 2-for-1 and Aegis consumed. Perhaps they went a little bit too far going for that Bristleback.
So deep. They overextended like crazy there.
Handskin.
Nice try from Mickey there to
Vessel.
get Handskin, but not
50
quite.
HP. I
That's
heard a
about
feature,
as
by the way.
That's about as much as you can overextend. You dove into the enemy tier 4s to kill a bristleback who was getting saved by Bane. It's how confident you are that you can just kill this bristle that you do that. Under normal circumstances, there is no way Liquid try to do that. But getting a bit bloodthirsty there, clearly unnecessary. They were in control. They were pushing the tower. But Boxy saw an opportunity to get, I think, was it a 2-man stomp? One of which was Bristle?
Yes.
It's just, that's a bit too far in. Like, there is a limit to how crazy you can go.
Quick for
And it
bottom
was
lane,
there.
by the way. This will be, I'm going to say 2 shots. If he gets the
If
melt.
he crits, it's a one-shot. Maybe. Maybe not.
He's waiting. Thinks there might be some backup here. S4. Also waiting. Thinking there might be backup here. All right, the refraction is gone now. That'll take away a little bit of damage. Oh. They scanned. Whose scan was that? That was Liquid.
That was
they know
Radiant
he's
scan.
still
They know
here.
he's Force Stiller. Yeah.
Yeah. We're just chilling. S4. Ooh, faking the TP. Oh.
Dude, you can't make this.
Oh. Wow.
You can't make this up.
Nothing happens.
It's like
Wow. That was
Qualifier
very
moved and he
strange.
still didn't see him. And now he still thinks there might be someone here. Because the scan was red before. No, Furion
Imagine
has
how
showed
much gold
top
he
now,
could have
though.
had if he was just farming instead of just sitting in the trees the last minute. Nico,
Oh, they
baby,
find
uses
Nico,
his
though.
waveform. Manta is popped. He turns into TA, so refraction is there. But again, the break from the Shadow Demon is more than enough.
It happens so fast when Mickey gets these jumps off. His spellcasting is very, very quick. Oh, chose the wrong way there.
And scan. Oh, he gets
No
his ult
crits.
off.
No crit.
Mickey does have his Ags, by the way, so he has a lot of opportunity to catch up to people, but basically out of remnants right now. So as a result, Handskin will win it, or will live. S4.
And he has to BKB to TP
disrupted.
here. He doesn't have TP. Both of them are on cooldown.
Yeah, he pops the BKB. Yeah, you're right.
He's not
He had a
outlasting
TP in
this.
the inventory. Wow. I mean, that's kind of what you have to do as a Nature's Prophet in a game like this. You got to try to split push, even though you end up dying there. And repair kit applied to the tier 3 mid. 3k for Koikfa on top of the items he already has. This is the 8-second BKB to go along with the Daedalus Deso. Boxy did finish the Lotus Orb, and was he going for AC? Not sure. He has the plate mail queued up right now. Koikfa not having any of that lucky shot business from
They keep
Handskin,
trying to
so-
disarm him, and when they do, he just gets purged by Oracle. Every time.
Yeah,
So-
good combos. Well, all right, the Nightmare. Bane nightmares to himself this time. But yeah, this is going to be a free racks finally. I believe all 3 repair kits were expended on that.
Poor
So it does delay things.
He almost died. Oh, he's just standing
that's
there
crazy.
bleeding. I know I've talked it to death by now, but honestly, it's just so sad to play Bristle into that. It's like actual nightmare fuel. That is. Like, when I think about cores getting hard counters by supports, that's got to be one of the absolute top ones. Bristle into SD. It's like Bristol with 30k net worth is still sad against a 1 Ags. It's like that meme format. Who would win? You know? You don't know that because you're not funny.
Thank you, Cinderin.
Oh,
I've made my
that
career
was-
off of not being funny. That is true. I'm remarkably unfunny, as someone in chat would say. But looking at
The
Tiger's
meme
net
is
worth,
not
it's
that
almost
funny.
equivalent to Limp.
I'll forgive you.
I don't
It's not
meme,
that
though.
great.
You meme.
Yeah.
I'm
But I
not a
said you
memer,
weren't funny
Cinderin.
because you don't know that, and that's not true. I find you to be very funny, actually.
Looking. Thank you, Cinderin. Oh, the initiation on a Nico,
That was a great
baby.
example of you being funny.
And, he's getting quite low. Waveform
Oh
in
my
and deleted. 74 seconds on the deck, but does have the buyback available. And another cancel TP for FNG. It feels like there's been 3 or 4 of those this game. And he's easily finished off.
FNG has just not been dealt good hands this series. He had a terrible Ogre game, and now he has this Bane game. And even the previous one was a hard Bane game where he delivered, though. But he has definitely not had much chance to shine in these couple of games
if you
today
had
for
asked
Alliance.
me, out of the 3 series, which game would have been the worst for Bane? It was the Naga game, and they won. So
Yeah.
he definitely turned up there. But it's just, it's
I
a
mean,
rough one.
like, no matter how you look at it, in both Bane games, he's playing into like 2 or 3 saves, right? It's getting a grip off is a challenge enough in itself, but you need to get it off around Shadow Demon Disruption, Oracle ulti, and a Centaur who can blink, stomp, cancel you, an Ember who can burst you, and a TA that can one-shot you. It's just, it's very hard conditions to look good in. So, and he's 0-11, and I don't even think he's played a bad game. It's just really hard.
Yep, totally agree.
For counterplaying.
Jumped in
he
with
didn't
that
die.
clumsy net, but he just dies instantly. And there we're going to start again with the Demonic Purge. I believe that's the second one expended onto Limp.
He's out of charges for
break
now.
things up.
Just takes 60 seconds per charge, so a full restore is 3 minutes. Quite long. It's like the cooldown of Black Hole. So something Alliance can try to play around is when all of these purges are used, you try to take a fight because you know there's only going to be one in the following fight in that case. They haven't really managed to be able to find anything though.
And Roche will be up in less than a minute, and considering the speed in which Liquid takes it, you have to assume that's going to be another Roche for them. Is that the third Roche? Will this be the third Roche?
Yeah.
Do they have cheese?
They did.
Them having cheese.
They did have it. Did they use it?
used
They
it
haven't
already?
used it. It's fermenting in Koikva's pockets right now.
Oh, okay.
What do you think if cheese got better over time?
How? Like, what do you mean by better?
So it heals more health and mana every minute it's unused, and then when it drops the first time, it's worse than its current version.
Yes, I like it. I love dumb
So-
ideas. That's my kind of thing right there. Oh, the jump
dare
in.
you.
Limp. Oh, all right. Gets off the Lotus Orb, but he's melting. Bristleback is so squishy right now. He's going to live for now, but the sheep to follow. That was picked up by the TA, by the way. Ooh, Ember Spirit. Mickey taking a lot of damage, extremely low. Gets saved for the time being, but drops shortly after, and they still have not finished the Bristleback. So nice saves overall from Alliance, and that's going to be, as I say, that 3 die instantly. The buybacks on the Bristle and the Bane now. Ember not
Koikva
expending
just-
his.
Koikva just got back-to-back 1300s there with double damage Daedalus. But that was
DD
still
is
not
not
bad for Alliance. Like, considering they kept their Bristle alive on a sliver of HP and they do isolate Mickey and get that kill. I'm saying it's not bad, even though they had to buy back Bristle and Bane, but like given the circumstances, that was actually a good fight for Alliance. You got to hold on to what you've got.
I'm looking at the fight recap. They basically lost 2K by doing all that.
Yeah,
Sometimes
but
the
they
net
still
worth.
played the fight well.
Yeah.
It just shows how hard it
Baby.
is. They instant orchided Boxy when he jumped as well by S4. Get the sleep.
Lotus. FNG does not want to okay. Boxy. Hoof stomp. Keep him safe for now. Stampede for another 15 seconds as he still works towards his AC. And Taiga just reminding Limp that he's in this game right now. This is going to break things up. They just want Ember Spirit to respawn naturally so that they can just take this Roche pretty quickly thereafter. Nico Baby does have the full Sky. So Scotty, E-Blade, Manta, and actually has a Havoc Hammer equipped, which is pretty cool when you're morphed up into Strength. Not sure how that's going to work in fights.
Oh,
but,
it does magic damage regardless, so it has synergy with E-Blade, even if he's fully Agimorphed. There's the base damage, right? Which is it 225?
150 or something?
225. So I mean, it's not a bad nuke combo. Definitely all adds up.
Well, they're in the pit right now, and yeah, now that Morphling has the Scotty, you're gonna start seeing these illusions from Shadow Demon actually just wreck. The more stats, the better. And this Roche fight is gonna be extremely important. If Alliance can somehow deal with this is their avenue back into the game.
Yeah.
Nico Baby, he's ready to go. Roche is already at half health. Koikva ready to jump in. A hoof stomp onto 2 heroes. This is a huge initiation as Morphling is extremely low and falls shortly after. And with that, Alliance's hopes will probably go down the tubes here. S4 is next to fall. 3 for nothing. Barely any damage done to anyone as Taiga actually had the false promise applied to him. That's how important of a hero he is in this game. Limping away. Lotus Orb still applied. Has the halberd available, but Boxy and company will likely finish him off here. with another demonic purge. Not even needed. They just have the right clicks.
I mean, you see
With
the
that-
desperation from Alliance, right? They're doing everything to try to kill the Shadow Demon, but once again, they were the ones getting jumped, just blown up instantly. Super good double stomp from Boxy with the Remnant Bomb on top.
Just going for a
and
throne. Yeah,
That's got to be it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's over.
Really well played game from Liquid. This lineup, I mean, we talked about it a bit during the game, but as we saw the strategies and the strategy unfold in terms of the team fight composition, it makes so much sense just looking at this lineup. It's brilliantly done. And that Aghanims purchase from
And there are the
Taiga,
tips. You
MVP.
said it. Nico got
Yeah.
most tips. So
Loser.
He lost.